This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Joining us today is Jason Brewer, the CEO of Marula Mining, following news that a heads of terms agreement has been entered into with Tequila Mining in Tanzania to secure a 49% interest in the Kinusi copper mining project. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, Jason. First of all, it looks like you are abroad somewhere. Whereabouts are you?
I'm actually in Johannesburg today, Mark, and it's a pleasure to be here. Just attending the Joburg Indaba, so a chance to meet with some of the other mining professionals here in South Africa and promote what we're doing here in South Africa, of course, at our lithium project, but also talk about the Tanzanian copper, which we, as you said, just announced yesterday.
Yeah, indeed. What's the vibe like? Can you tell me?
It's a packed out event, sold out. There's as many as 500 people here. A great lineup of speakers, presenters, and look, a chance to meet with government officials, a lot of the big service providers. It's a beautiful day in Joburg. There's a bit of a heat wave down here in South Africa at the moment. So, no, it's a very good vibe. And I think this is the first one in about 2 or 3 years because of COVID. So people very keen to get out and talk and meet with each other.
Excellent. Okay. Well, let's talk about the news then. I noticed from the news release that you say you've done detailed due diligence, both legal and technical, and in line with the company's strategy for near-term production. This project is a good acquisition. So, what is it about this project that fits the bill, then, Jason?
Look, it's located obviously in Tanzania, a very well-established, well-respected mining jurisdiction, probably better known for its world-class gold mines. They're operated by both Barrick and Anglo Gold Ashanti. Copper is something which really I didn't appreciate was so abundant in Tanzania until I saw this project. So we've been up there 3-4 times now. We've been able to see small-scale mining and sales of this copper mineralization. Very high grade, shallow, good infrastructure. It ticks all the boxes. And of course, copper, one of the key commodities in electric vehicles. Tremendous demand, and I think in the medium term, a great outlook for it. So the project ticked all those boxes, and also the current holders, Tequila Mining, a good team to work with, a similar mindset. They want to get things done, and they're keen to get us involved and support them in expanding the operation.
Okay. Well, I do know a big part of Marula's strategy is near-term production. We've talked, of course, about the lithium project, the Blesberg lithium project. So do you also feel that, what have you done during your due diligence process that's made you feel that this is also, again, suitable for near-term revenue?
Look, I mean, both the Blesberg project here in South Africa and the Kinusi copper project there in Tanzania, a lot of similarities in terms of, look, Blesberg was an existing operation, operated intermittently for 80 years. And we've already identified 250,000 tons, at least, of stockpiles containing spodumene. And as you recall from some previous RNSs, we did a 1-ton bulk sample, which graded over 6% LiTO. So you've got grades of that material, which are already an export grade product. Similarly, here in Kinusi, the copper in Tanzania, we were able to do some XRF analysis of some of the samples. The low grade was running 7%. The high grade was over 30%. Some of the low grade stuff, 5, 6, 7%. The small scale mining activity they've got, they just stockpile that as waste. So there's an opportunity very quickly to go in, put in place more mechanized, larger scale operations here at Kinusi, and follow the same model which we're trying to approach at Blesberg. Quick production, low cost production, and demonstrate quickly that Marula is not just another exploration company with pipe dreams, but actually a company that can move quickly and transform itself into an actual mining and cash flow generating company.
Okay, excellent. Well, how do you have any plans in how you'll work with Tequila there, sort of structuring the work program? How closely will you be working together?
Yeah, I've been very fortunate. I've had Richard Lloyd out in Nairobi with me the past couple of days. We met with the Tequila management team. We're going to have one of our other directors, Mark Nally, who's best known, I guess, for his copper exploration experience and successes in Zambia. He's going to get up on site there at Kanusi and work with Tequila's management team to kind of better understand just how big this system is, because it does appear to be a very big system. What we could see already identified an extent of the mineralization well over a kilometer, very shallow, like I said. So, we're putting forward and working with Tequila to basically have our technical experience go in there and support them, open it up, because it is just a small scale operation. We've got Southern Metals Processing here in South Africa. They're already putting together designs for an initial plant. So the expectation is that very quickly we'll move to between 100 ton an hour plant, 50 to 100 ton per hour plant up there to actually get something going and producing a minimum 20-25% copper concentrate, which is readily saleable in that export market. And look, one of the benefits you've got in Tanzania is some great road, rail, and port infrastructure as well. So it really does lend itself to an accelerated development timetable.
Okay, good to hear. That's, of course, the same company that you got involved at Blesberg there to draw up the plan. So I'm sure we'll be seeing some news from that fairly soon. And, of course, this acquisition was funded mostly through shares in Marula, wasn't it? So not a huge upfront capital cost. And I assume then going forward, the costs for the work program and further exploration, if necessary, or taking it to production will be shared with Tequila.
Yeah, look, it's... Sorry, Mark, I may not have heard your question in full there, but look, the way we want to work both here in Tanzania and in South Africa is to get the production going, but also better understand the extent of the mineralization and the extent of the opportunity. We don't want to undersell ourselves. We don't want to undersell our shareholders. We want to make sure that when we're getting into these projects, working with the shareholders that are there in Blesberg, working with the shareholders that are there in Tequila, to get the best out of these assets. It's not just a get in there quickly and just get something going, which is perhaps not the proper economies of scale. So we do need to do that exploration, but we're going to do it in parallel, which is probably slightly different to other approaches that people have. We want it done in parallel with a small scale starter operation, just so we know that we can get that saleable product to the market relatively quickly. And both at Blesberg and at Kanusi, because you can see the mineralization, you can start stockpiling it. And there are stockpiles there already. You can do that now, and that gives you the confidence to commit to a larger scale mining and export operation.
Excellent. Okay, well, Jason Brewer, the CEO of Marula Mining, thank you very much for joining us today.
Mark, many thanks, and I'll be here in Joburg for the next few days and hopefully come back with some more positive news early next week.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.